I'm very excited for today's episode of Conversations with Amigang Angel because dugay na kayo na ko nga gihandom nga makasit down and have a conversation with this very important person in Canlaon City. And I think that we will all learn something new about this person in today's episode.
I'm very excited for today's episode, mga higala, because finally, nakachansa na kita to interview the most eligible bachelor of Canlaon City, who also happens to be a father. So, muna siya to ang guest for our special Father's Day episode. No less than Honorable Mayor Batchuk Cardenas, who is also a very good friend of mine. Good afternoon, Mayor.
Good afternoon, Miss A.
Yes. Chika-chika naman ni Mayor because like I said earlier, kay balo ko nga, daghan kay tao, actually you are very well known, not only in Canlaon City but even in neighboring provinces. A lot of people know you as a businessman, as a mayor, as a politician, of course. Inamiguhon mapaguli si Mayor. So, but there are so many people who also know very little about you, Mayor, na kaila sila ni mo bilang Batchuk Cardenas because sukat sa una, Batchuk naman Cardenas yun na. Pero wala sila kaila ni mo who the real you is. So, tell us, Mayor, unsa imong typical schedule in a day? Karon nga mayor na ka.
Karon nga mayor na ko, shall say routine every day. I am really a farmer by heart. So I woke up 5 a.m. As I woke up, I check my son, my daughter who is with me or with me. After checking them, syempre go out on my yard. Check sa to ang mga binumi. Then by 6 o'clock, start entertaining guests. Okay, daghan maging bubisita sa balay.
Yes.
And I always told our constituents na pwede mong bisita diri sa balay basta lang personal and emergency. No, kahit og mga work related. So I usually I will entertain clients every 8 a.m. up to 5 a.m. in the office. During emergencies, I always tell or told my household na bisag unsang orasa magpupukaw ta. Sometimes medyo makayon ta, life is also boring, no? Okay, you spend your days entertaining those constituents nga nagka-problema. So, magsige rin binuang ilang problema makuha na to, sige lang yung tagkadungagan.
True
So,
enough.
As a politician, Miss
True
Ina, you know that. You know what I mean.
So, I'm curious ko, Mayor, since ang imuhang career, butang ka na lang as a politician, mo lapaw yun siya patubang sa imong family.
Yes.
How does your children react nga ang ilahang amahan sa iyo pa kay sa buntag tuanay giatubang nga mga problema? How do you manage that, Mayor, nga murag dili nila ma-feel nga imuhang attention tuara tanan sa tibuok Canlaon?
Okay. I always make sure, no, especially with my children, nga dungan ni Ugaon, dungan po ni katulog.
Oh.
As of now, I used to sleep with my children. But to be honest, I used to sleep with my children.
Yes.
I am at home. Okay, I savor the moment.
Yeah.
Nung bata pa sila. I wanted to ensure as well na I know their secrets, kabalo po ko sa ilahang mga needs. Okay. During night time is the time nga magka-converse me. Okay. Ikaw kabalo ka as a politician. No counselor palang gani ka. Hectic na yung schedule na how much more being a mayor.
Yes.
We are mandated to go to office every day.
Correct.
So I try to make sure na I can talk to my children before they go to sleep, before we go to sleep.
Mauni siya, Mayor, no? Because ako personally, na-mention na niyo as a counselor, daghan na gidayon nga gaya mo muna ako. How much more if you are city mayor? As in your time being a mayor, do you feel the work is overwhelming? Or tungod ba kay since 23 years old, nung tingnan ka nag-start mayor no, as a politician, you were able already to adjust sa lifestyle, and also since gadako ka nga imuhang papa mayor o imong mama mayor po, so do you think na helpful to siya nga murag naka-manage na kadayon?
Yes, during that time, it helps me to understand the nature of the work, but not really the actual work. Even you as a city councilor, during my first term, honestly, during my first term, wag yung kubay kabalo sa pag yun akong trabaho. It's because of councilor mamunta, we're just mandated to enact ordinances.
Yes.
And it is very different when you are already an executive.
True.
Dako kay diferensya kung siya ang vice mayor o ang executive. When I was a vice mayor, a councilor and a vice mayor, frustrated. I was very frustrated. There are things that I like to do. Dili na ako mahimo, kay dili man ta mayor. Pag mayor na po ka, you became to realize, hindi po na madali-dali.
Yes! Na-realize mo nga, dili makundaan na.
Dili just a one slap or a click, it can be done. Just like as of now, na Facebook is social media ta.
Yeah.
No, and you need to somehow give your attention on that matter kay Claymore man yun na sa katauhan. So what you need to do is to really work hard as to utilizing your resources properly. So on that note, what I am doing is making sure that I am with my agenda, because when I sat as mayor, I have my agenda. So I try to sit on my table and try to check kung sa'yo na-implementan at kung sa'yo wala.
And also, mga higala, di ako ni-believe ni Mayor because in true to life story ni, during our campaign moment period in 2019, that was the first time Mayor na kuyog ka na ng kanya ever. So, syempre, during the campaign, daghan kang nakitaan na problema, daghan si Mayor na saan sa katawhan. So, ako ang view na mahinunduman ka ni Mayor tanan because as we know, na may uban na promises are made to be broken. So, one day, wala na yung kong kaagwantan. Nangutana ko niya, Mayor, mahinunduman mo tanan, imuhang ipag-promise sa mga katawhan. Kaya, mabalaka po ba si nag-promise ka o dili mo matuman? O sa liham, ipakita ko ni Mayor sa usa ka rolyo dali niya ang mga notes. Kay iyahang yun din ang gina-take note ang iyahang mga gina-promise. So, dito ko na-assure, Mayor, na you are one of the very few na kung misulti ka na, time will come that you will really hold true to that.
Actually, that is why on social media, na naay mo bash, naay mangutana, naay mo post, nagipasaligan na ng politiko, I always reply, kinsang politiko ha ang ipasalig. Because on my end, I have it on my record.
Yeah.
Kinsa ako
Witness Joanna.
Kinsa ako ang ipang-saaran. Naana. So, sana, but I take it as again, constructive criticism.
When you became mayor, ang imuhang expectation is sakto or mas grabe ang trabaho pag pungko na nito?
Akong expectation is sakto and kaya na ko. Because it never came into my thought na ay pandemic.
True.
As a new base, kabalo ko kaya na ko ang trabaho. To be honest, okay, I am an experienced councilor, I am an experienced vice mayor, and I have seen my mom, I have seen my dad when they are working. So I know their work ethics. But I never expected the pandemic. So that is why it is really a test of leadership in this short period of time, matestingan ang imong capacity.
And that attests to your leadership here because really maka-affect yun sa work ethic sa those who are your subordinates ang imuhang leadership. Are there moments, Mayor, because I have been observing you throughout all this time, and ako personally, I can see the maturity in your char. Yeah! In your, not only in your handling of the city, but also of your being a family man and things like that. But are there moments na kanang grabe na kayo kasi mong trabaho, especially at the height of the pandemic, then makonsensya ka kaya wala ko time sa akong anak. And ako yung moment ngayon, Ana, again, as a mother, new mother, na hala, uy, murag, wa na ako anak, natulugan na lang tao, na apa kayo mo na anak nga mga moment, Mayor?
Yes, because before the pandemic, no, as I told you, I sleep with my children. You know, during the pandemic, I barely see them. Kita mismo may kahablog na ta during the time. Katong wala pa ta kasabot sa nature, sa virus. Makagawas lang ta, medyo mapraning ka. So what I did, giusahan ko sila sa kwarto. Ako, wala na akong natulog sa balay. Ni-transfer ko sa Pikas balay. And I will just see them. I am at the gate, o sila sa sulod, just saying, ayaw na mong padool, no? I experienced that. But what gives you this strength, no, is when you pray, you will be reminded that you are given a task, no? And your task is to bring the people of Canlaon safe.
So na yung mga moments, Mayor, na i-question kasi ng mga anak na pa or dede, kanang busy lagi kay ka or kanang sa aman nga kanang mas more na kagtay na yung mga inuna na scenario, Mayor?
At first, no, may ang kamagulang na si Algie really question unsa, but later on he realized, because when I sit as mayor, every time mag-ulan sa una ako na silang dalon, maglibog sila nga na ako silang dalon kay Morobing ni City. And they question me, ano man din, pagtabangi ko yung pangita, asa ning mga gabaha. Okay? Para at the end of the rain, no, ako ipa-check. So they learn to realize nga, my work is really to see the welfare of the constituents. And slowly, they understand the situation, and they just say, ako, they give a chance, hindi ko mag-negotiate. They told me, grabe ko na kabisi, because there are times na the witness nga natulog na, may ipuka ko, kaya na yung kabang. So, and I allowed that. I allowed that. It's because it is an emergency.
Yes.
Okay. Bisag na apat ay gibilin di ato ang gabi nga naara kay gibilin nga para itabang, but the certain person will look for you and then siya makikistorbo. I just allow that basta emergency.
One of the things that I will never forget, na quotable quote coming from you, Mayor, which gave me a window into your mindset, importante din yung mga role, is you told me, I am a father but not a husband. Quotable quote. Di yung kumalimot nga quote, Mayor, it was really very impactful to me because it told me that you value your role as a father. So throughout the years, Mayor, kung sa'yo mga lessons na imuhang na-learn as a father, especially since single parent, kaya pud ka nga matawag, di ba? You are a solo parent na matawag as of the moment. That might change later on. But as of the moment, kung sa may mga lessons na imong na-learn, Mayor, na murag mistake sa imong mind, na ba?
Well, really, that was one of my favorite lines.
Correct!
To be honest, but especially every Father's Day.
Yeah.
No, binuang mo blessing, especially ang mo greatly mo is also a lady. No, so okay, thank you and take note. No, I am a father but not a husband. But now I want to be a husband.
No!
Anyway, so the important lesson actually, you will double your time with your children. Okay, lisod kayo. good for me no nga na nakaalalay na ko sa balay na si Yayanine nga bisag wala ko na ay maka-attend sa mga bata. But siguro if wala, I think my children will not be as good as they are right now. One of my lesson is I will never let them feel that there is a barrier between me and their mom, actually. So there should be a co-parenting arrangement on that matter. Let them feel that it is okay to be with their mom, but letting them know as well that between their mom and me is over. But it came into a point with my relationship right now. This is the first time that I asked them. Nanangin na ko nila nga I am done with my previous relationship, and then I want this a lady. So I really asked permission to them if okay ba nila, and they really asked me and tell me that this is the first time na nanangin ka. So yeah,
What's the ilang reaction?
They are happy actually because they feel involved. They are involved, and they feel involved on that note, nananghid na ko nila, so they feel their importance. So now, I do not have a problem.
Muna siya actual scenario sa mayor, guys. Nga bahala ga-interview na ani mga pirmahanan. Ingon-ani ang life sa mayor.
Do not delay public
Yes. Maikot
service.
man tang baliban ni Mang Marmar. Kaya importante man ang mga mapilis. Special participation of Mang Marmar.
Okay.
So, fulfilling man yun kayo ni mahimong parent, although challenging. What's yung pinaka-fulfilling part about being a father, Mayor, for you?
Very fulfilling feeling that I experience with my children. They show that they really love you. That is the most fulfilling part of being a father, because you know that you are worthy to them.
Yeah.
A simple birthday card, a simple Valentine, a simple Father's Day card will really touch my heart when they will give me on that. And every time I feel sick, they are with me. So it really shows and it really takes off how much you raise them. So that is the most fulfilling part. Second, when you see your children achieve, as of now, especially in their milestone, the achievements in school, it is really, the feeling is incomparable. I used to fight chicken, the champion ko, but I never experienced that happiness. You will go up on the stage giving awards to your children. It's a different feeling actually. That is the most happiest moment in my life. One of the most happiest moments.
Bongga.
Worthy to reminisce, worthy to think all the time.
Yeah. And you feel that it's all worth it despite the challenges.
Yes, despite.
Speaking of challenges, Mayor, do you have any regrets as a father? As a father, do you have any regrets na naka-attend ko ani or busy kay ko ato? Na ba kay moments of regret?
Yes, my regrets with my children is that I never took time to travel with them. I do not have the time to travel with them. And it is really painful that you can afford but you never did. Kids will always be kids. They will just say, among classmate ni Atos Boracay, among classmate ni Atos Cebu. Kita de, Atos Aman. Kasi I do not have time. And to take note that they will always be once a kid.
Yes.
They will never go back as a kid. So, as of now, I still have the chance. So,
Di pa huli ang lahat.
Hindi pa huli ang lahat. So,
Correct.
I took the time, I initiate the time to travel with them. That is one of my regrets actually.
And I can really tell that you really took the heart of service, good Mayor, because as we can see, you are really very immersed in your job. That is why I really wanted to have this conversation with you, because bitaw, kung naarap ka as an outsider Mayor, you will always wonder, how yung sa ni Mayor, yahang life na daghan ka, you are being pulled in different directions, being a father, being a mother figure, being a mayor, being a businessman, all these things as a person. And before we end, kaya dili siya ni magsilbi o dili ako ni pangutana Mayor. Because this is the question that has been in the minds of the people of Canlaon City ever since, I don't know when, but every time this is really the question. Do you have plans of settling down? Okay, sa una, this might change because I remember before you were really set on the concept of it's not for you. The concept of settling down, the concept of marriage, it's not for you. But as we grow older, there are also growth, changes. So right now, at this moment in your life, Mayor, do you think you're ready? Ana na lang. Kung ready na ba ka? Di na ikaw pangutan o ganus kay basta mo pressure niya ka.
Yes, of course, I am ready. I am ready. And
willing na ka sa
I really took effort on this. It is not just, shall we say, sa maabot lang. Because with this, I really took time and worked for this when I pursue her.
Tara!
I asked no one actually to be a bridge. It is an answered prayer to me actually because I am really tired with my situation. There are really times that you ask for someone who will be with you in times you will have problems. Kapoy kayo ang kinabuhi ng wala kay kauban actually. And with my youthness, siguro I spent 20 years, I've been into relationship actually, but this is different right now because I have really my goals before I asked her. I have my goals that this lady will answer me. Our mission is to get married. This is the difference. Unlike before, it will just you will just wait ka ma-develop ka because you will just learn to love.
Kumbaga, kung asa ipalit sa kami.
But this is different because when I decided with this, it started with a prayer and I also asked my children for this. So, only siya diferensya, ani. And yes, we are preparing for our future in God's time and in due time.
And I think you deserve it also, Mayor. As one of your constituents in the city of Canlaon, I can see how hard you work for Canlaon, and I can understand the concept na murag it would be if maglisod maganita single parents in our own family, if for single parents, how much more if you are the chief executive plus being a parent. So
Yes.
I think it is really it would really help you, and it is high time, to be honest, Mayor, because kaming tanan gapaabot na gyud miya ng panahon na nga maabot na gyud na ang panahon, and we are keeping you in our prayers that we will get there soon enough.
Thank you so much, Miss A.
Thank you.
For the information, it will not happen, especially on MECQ.
Of course na, dili pa po oy. Mo galilingon ko nimo nga kung ready na ba ka. Pero wala pa kabalo kung kanus But at least we know that you are in a mindset. Kay seasons mo guning life sa tao mo higala. You have a season for gadya-gadya, you have a season for your career. Na po yung season na maabot yun na. Trust and believe nga maabot gyud ka sa punto nga mangita gyud ka og tawo nga imong kadungguan
Yes.
Mayor.
Yes, and this season for me is the season also to settle.
Na.
Enough na yun siguro to sinuluyan.
Yes. So this is the time for Mayor to really get into that safe harbor. Kumbaga, dunggo na ang barko, Mayor. Humanaw, tuyok sa kalibutan.
Observahan pa ko na, I volunteered myself to be handcuffed.
Susunod na lang dyan mga higala. Crispy! Oh, so, thank you so much, Mayor, sa imong time. I'm very
Thank you so
happy
much
that you gave me this time to get to know a little bit more about you, especially being a father. Kay daghan kayo wala nakahibaluan nga side sa imuhang life. Kay daghan nakabalo nga. Sa una, daghan kayong chicks galanat. Butata na lang ang daghang chicks galanat. Dito sa una, you were there was a time na into ka sa mga sabong-sabong. There was a time nga busy ko kaglaaglaan, and then of course, now is the time for your settling down stage na ikaw, Mayor.
Yes. Thank you also, Miss Aina, for this opportunity. Is this your first vlog?
Yes, a Father's Day of episode.
Thank you.
Oh.
Thank you so much, and to all the fathers out there, spend time, no? Spend time with your wife, spend time with your family, and make the most of it.
Thank you. That's a very good closing. On that note, ladies and gentlemen, daghan kayo salamat for joining us. Until next time, bye!
Alright, thank you. Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day!
Thank you.